Welcome back, Lifers. It's Natalie
and Nicole.
and today is Free for All Friday.
Why do we say like that?
Yeah.
The way,
Because I hate the way I used to say it's your fam, but I hate the way I say fam. I sound so country.
But did you see the way I came in? It was like welcome back. Like I
was like this.
Welcome back, Lifers. Dang. All right, y'all. So we got some
Reddit stories.
Yes. I follow this page on Facebook called Reddit Ridiculousness. So that's where I'm getting my story from, because it be some crazy. And I'm like, it's crazy story. And I'm like, do people really go through this? Sometimes I think the story be embellished a little bit, but sometimes you just never know.
Okay. Every time you say that, I have to think about her. I'm so serious.
Let
Let me go ahead and set my timer because I ain't got time for you.
All right. So the first story, it says, am I the a-hole for telling my daughter she needs to have a relationship with my son for us to see each other? My daughter's 21. 6 years ago, her dad and I divorced after I had an affair. Hands down, I was the absolute a-hole there. I ended up marrying him, and we've been together ever since. So the daughter was 15 when her parents divorced.
Okay.
My daughter took it very, very hard. She refused to see or speak to me for a year. We were just starting to speak again on the phone or for lunch dates when I told her I was pregnant. She then refused to see or speak with me again for another year. Our relationship has been strained since. She's never met my husband or her brother, and I haven't pushed it. She went to college across the country and worked there for the summers, so she wasn't around much regardless. We've recently seen each other at a few family events, and she's graduated from college and moved back to the area. We've had lunch, coffee, and dinner quite a few times, and things seem to be going well. My son has recently been asking about his sister, why he's never met her, etc. And it's something he's gotten upset about, despite me trying to temper his expectations. However, it's been something that's weighed on me, and I try to bring it up to her. She essentially told me point blank that she was trying her best to have a cordial relationship with me, but she has no interest in ever meeting my husband or son. I'd be failing my son keeping his sister away from him. She told me to go F myself, got up and left the restaurant, and has blocked me on every channel, phone, social media, etc. I tried to talk to my ex and her grandparents, and they said they're staying out of it. Am I the a-hole? I understand she's still hurt, and that's my fault, but I don't think what I said or the sentiment behind them are unrealistic or terrible.
First of all, child, you told your mama F you? Aside from that, Mom, you cannot rush her healing. Just because you want her to, and I know, okay, but she's grown. Childhood trauma is like, you cannot rush her healing.
She's never dealt with it. And
right.
Just because you guys now are eating lunch together and eating dinner a few times.
Right. It's baby steps. She has to take baby steps. Like,
doesn't mean that everything's a-okay.
Gosh.
Have you sat down and possibly talked to your child and truly apologize? Imagine if for me, I would feel some type of way if my mother
to read the next one.
If my mother had abandoned me and then popped up with a husband and a child a couple of years later talking about some surprise, so I would feel like, so you can abandon this child but then go and have a family and everything's all hunky-dory. And in her eyes, you tore your family apart. What you did, you cheated.
You admitted to that, but you can't sit there and monitor her. You can't sit there and monitor her forgiveness and her growth. We understand forgiveness is really it's not for y'all, it's for us. We understand that. But she's literally taking baby steps. And
therapy, I think that's what I suggest.
Yes. Therapy. She's taking baby steps.
Everybody.
She's meeting you for coffee, y'all having lunch and now dinner. And now you're like, okay, well, look, since she's doing that, you should have already forgiven me since you're doing that. You're going to push your child away? You're going to push your child away, and you're only going to have your son.
Yeah. And your husband.
And your husband. Like Nicole said,
therapy.
Am I the asshole for telling my therapist lies because I suspected she was telling my husband what I was telling her during our sessions? I started seeing a therapist 6 months ago, but I had postpartum depression. At first, she really helped me, but then I noticed on 2 occasions my husband mentioned things I hadn't told him, but I confided in my therapist. Since I had no proof and I didn't want to accuse either of them, I decided to tell my therapist lies that I knew he would confront me on. if he heard them to see if I was being delusional or not. The more I lied to her, the more suspicious I became too, since even things that made my husband look awkward. Okay, since even things that made my husband look awful was challenged by her and twisted to make him look good. It took a while for him to confront me, but he did. At first, he never believed I was lying during the sessions, but when I finally convinced him that I was, he was still furious at me. He said he only wanted to make sure that I was okay, and he hadn't been using my therapist to spy on me. And my little butthole, no, you're not. First of all, patient confidentiality.
She's losing her life,
baby.
She's
And you got a crush on my husband?
right?
I just want to know, like, if I'm
did your husband recommend her?
right. How? Thank you. Was she?
I'm confused.
Is she in your network? Girl, I know you went to butthole. Girl, you need to report her to the board, though. You really do. You need to report her to the board. Because there's no way. If she's done it to you, imagine how many patients she has done that to.
Yeah, that's weird.
And God forbid, if let's say, oh my God, it could just hypothetically. Did you know the one that's on that PCX?
I saw that she was murdered. Yeah,
That's crazy. Let's just say
my daughter's so pretty.
beautiful.
Too, man.
Let's just say I got choked in my spit.
I saw.
Still didn't choke. If
you had sex with her, you don't know how to spell.
wow, we're gonna go there. You went low. You went low, girl. You went low. But let's just say, like, it's a husband. Let's just say that turned out completely different. It smells so good in here. You smell it, don't you?
Yeah, no.
Okay. She
I'm trying to get you to smell this
cuz.
rancid food. Dang! Every 2 seconds, you smell it, don't you? Yeah, I smell fart. That's a smell.
Nicole, one day you gonna go home, you gonna stub your toe. I ain't gonna have no sympathy. Not you, bitch. Anywho,
She hungry.
I am.
You smell it, don't you? Yeah, I smell
But
it.
I didn't have Hardee's today. I only had a bowl of cereal.
I didn't have Hardee's. I had a Wendy's and I had a burger, like a cheeseburger.
I thought I should see you gonna go buy Hardee's.
No, I was, and I seen that Wendy's right there. I said, "Shoo!" I mean, I zoomed that parking lot because they didn't have a line.
Oh, okay. Let's say that her husband didn't think she was lying, and now he's trying to harm her.
Mm-hmm.
You're to blame.
Yeah, you are to blame, you dodo bird.
This girl said rancid.
Yes.
It was a mess, Nicole.
Rancid. No, it does smell pretty decent. It smells like feet.
Oh,
And maybe mine. My feet hurt. I keep them shoes right on now. Play.
Says you're the mess.
It hurt. Alright, so am I the butthole for telling my sister she has to raise her own baby? My 19-year-old college-age sister went to a party on New Year's Eve and got pregnant by one night stand. She doesn't know who he is. For some reason, she first thought that my parents would watch her baby while she finished college. My mom is often sick with Lyme disease, so they said no. Oh, poor mom. Recently, over spring break, my sister told her, her sister told her mother that the other sister needed to baby-proof the house. She told me not ask.
Oh, she told me not asked.
Oh, because my wife, this is the brother, excuse me. Because my wife works from home, she could watch her baby while she finishes college. I told her my wife and I chose to be child-free. My wife often does have to travel for work last minute. It's not a little last-minute travel. It could be San Francisco, Austin, Chicago, Toronto, or Los Angeles on hours' notice. My sister got mad saying my wife could take the baby for her, or I could watch her baby then, or our parents could. My sister got extremely upset that no one is helping her out and it's too late for other options now. Well, I told my sister she should have never expected other people to raise her baby, and she needs to find other options and rethink going to a university out of state and live with a mom and dad for extra support. My sister said, okay, I was running out of sentence. My sister said everyone's trying to crush her dreams and maybe she should give her baby up for adoption. I told her maybe that's not such a bad idea, and it might be what's best for her and the baby. She now thinks I'm the worst brother in the world, but my wife and I decided not to have children, so we shouldn't be forced to raise my sister's baby. No, you're not the butthole.
No.
I think your sister's entitled. I think your sister got a real dose of reality, and it's sad that if she's not gonna take care of the child, love the child, be there for the child, get the baby up for adoption. There's so many people in this world who can't have kids.
So you're gonna push them on two people who have been adamantly that they do not want kids,
and then your parents can't take your child because your mom.
So your mom is sick. So
why would
if your parents are not able to do that, and then your dad now has to focus on your mom's health, your baby's gonna be neglected. Like,
right. But
I'm not understanding.
You open them legs, though.
And then you get mad because other people is not trying to take care of your responsibility. You do have an option. Your brother told you, like, give your baby up for adoption. Like Nicole said, it's plenty of people out there that want kids, that will love on kids, but they're not able to have kids for whatever circumstance. And here you are, you're being very entitled.
Yes.
Give me another one, Cole. Give me another one, girl.
Woo!
Yeah, that was like a long one.
Yeah, I got time for it.
Hi, we got 15 minutes.
Alright, hold on. Let me read.
You know my best speaking voice. Mama. Y'all want me to sing for y'all?
Did we read this?
What is it?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not about her for telling my mother my donor status is none of her business. I know this one sounds strange, but hear me out. I'm 26 female, not close to my mother, 45 females. Due to her highly favor my older siblings.
Yeah, I think so. No, we did. I want to say yes, we did.
Okay.
Give it back.
I don't like that. I don't like your attitude.
Who is that? Girl!
Bye. Back up those steps you go. I need got a daggone face mask. Who face mask you done stole?
No, she just needs to give it to me.
Wow.
What does she look? She look like. I ain't gonna say what you look like. Am I the butthole for threatening to abandon my elderly father?
Jason? No, not Jason.
No, it's not Jason. Is it?
With the mask. You know what I'm talking about?
Michael Myers.
Yes. I can't stand the movies.
Girl.
So over the movies.
Girl, please. Jamie Lee Curtis, we know he's your brother. You killed him 5 times, and it's not to the point. He's not even human anymore.
Yeah.
Dang, he's immortal. Y'all made that man. Anyways, am I the butthole for threatening to abandon my elderly father in a nursing home? My father, 82 male. My mother, 68 female, and I'm 33 female. Have an older brother, 35 male. If you have any stereotypes in mind about the type of man that marries a woman 14 years younger than him and has kids when he's pushing 50, he probably meets all of them. He's narcissistic, controlling, verbally, and emotionally abusive. My brother is married and has a kid, so he's low contact just by nature of being busy. I'm single and remain in pretty low contact, so most of the abuse gets aimed at my mom. My relationship with my mom isn't great either, but she's the one that actually tried to parent. She's been in therapy for some of her own trauma and has apologized for some of the mistakes she's made. We just found out that my mom has cancer. She keeps up with routine screenings, so it's something that got caught early. But cancer is cancer, so the worst possible outcome could still happen. With that being said, I've been trying to work on things with her and improve our relationship. I went home to have dinner with them last week because she wanted to talk about next steps. When it comes to treatment, I will meet my mom solo at a restaurant, but these conversations are private. You would think with the possibility of losing his wife, my dad would start being a bit nicer, but no. He spent the entire evening condescending to her, snapping at both of us, insulting my mom's intelligence. It was awful. It's the worst I've ever seen him act. After dinner, he went to do his nightly ritual of watching TV that he doesn't like, so he can later complain about it. And my mom and I left to another room to share a bottle of wine and discuss things. This whole time, she was holding back tears. I just effing had it. This woman has supported him through every whim, held his hand through 3 heart attacks, Jesus, and 2 of his own bouts with cancer. I waited for a moment when I left to use the bathroom and went into the living room where my dad was watching TV and turned it off. He started going off about me being disrespectful, but I interrupted him and asked him if he realized that if something happened to my mom, his end of life care would be up to me.
Dang, daughter.
I told him,
She fed up, ain't
girl, I told him that he better pray nothing happens, because if it happens to me and catch him treating my mother like that again, and she ends up down before him, I'm going to find the cheapest nursing home I can, dumping him in it and forgetting he exists. Karma is something, girl. But we exchanged a few choice words after that, and then I left to go talk to my mom about what I came to talk about. I didn't tell my mom what happened. I left shortly after. My mom called me earlier today and asked if something happened because my dad was acting strangely. I didn't tell her what happened because I didn't want to stress her out, but it appears that what I said made a bit of an impact. I have mixed feelings about it because I actually don't feel guilty about what I told my dad. I do feel guilty about lying to my mom about it, so let me have it. Am I the butthole?
Go ahead. I know it does sound like cats. I'm like, you alright?
Hey, first of all, you have to watch how you speak over people, cause you telling him that he better watch out, sweetheart. Just as much as you spoke negatively over his life, you better watch out. God has a way of making us eat our own words. Life has a way of making us eat our own words, but that's not what you asked. You asked for you the butthole. Maybe in your delivery, yes. Yeah. In your delivery, you were.
There's certain ways to get your point across without being the butthole.
Yes. This applies to work as well.
Yeah, there's certain ways
you can be
to
stern.
get your point across without. It's almost like you're saying, and then you have it. Well, I mean, we don't know you are, so I guess it don't matter. But you're saying, I heard that sizzling too. Like you're saying, treat my mama right or else. Basically, that's how it sounds, you know. Treat my mama right or like,
yeah,
ha jokes on you. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think you're the butthole in some aspects, but some aspects I do think you're the butthole. I think that there's life and death in the power of our tongue.
You better say that.
That sometimes we wish evil on other folks and it comes back on us.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be very careful about.
Because I just opened it up. I'm a chef.
Sometimes we gotta be very careful about what we say, because once it's out there, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason why.
We just talked about that in Wellness Wednesday.
It's a reason why they are called curse words. You curse
Say
that person that you are talking to. So even with myself, I have to be careful, because I am still a work in progress. Okay. I have given my life to God, but that doesn't mean that God has taken away all the things that I
all
did.
the impurities.
Yes, all of my impurities. And I know one of my most, to me, is most definitely my cursing. But you just gotta be careful. Like, even when somebody pisses me off, I don't be like, oh, I wish death on you. Now, in my head, I can think of ways to hurt you, but that's just in my head. I'm trying to even, But I don't be like, oh, I'm going to kill you. Or, not even, oh, I wish you was dead. No. Life and death in the power of the tongue. So, we got to be careful. Your dad is older. And if you think that you threatening him to send him to a crappy home, changed his ways, girl, baby girl, he's 80 something. That man is stuck in his ways, okay?
Okay.
Please don't get a big head about that. Don't get a big head about that. All you can do now, if your dad is not willing to repair your relationship and willing to change, then you just continue to do what you continue to be a loving child. Continue being there for your mother, you know. Love on your mom, cherish your mother, you know. Maybe your dad will see that and want something with you. I ain't gonna say it's too late to build a relationship with him, but just be careful about how you are wishing the worst for him. Because you, huh?
He's blinking.
Just be careful. Okay?
So I have 3 questions.
Go ahead.
Have you been kind to yourself?
And how are you?
And how's your mental?
There you go. This thing I guess is about to die, you guys. So we're gonna end this right here. We love y'all. Thank you for support. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when your favorite twins drop the video.
And you can meet us for church ZTD, the Zion Tabernacle of Deliverance at 224 Black Bottom Road, Eden, North Carolina 27288. Just want to let you know.
All right. So
We love
see
y'all.
y'all for Motivational Monday.
Amen on that.